water. We're going to talk about water today. It's a very important topic for overlanding because it's harder to maintain, harder to find, harder to fill up than fuel. Because fuel you just find on the road, even in Mongolia, even in Kazakhstan, even in the deserts, we were able to, even the Sahara Desert, we were able to find diesel fuel for our overlanding vehicles. But water was always more difficult. It's more difficult to carry because you have to set it up, you have to have solutions for it, whereas your vehicle comes with an actual fuel tank. However, you will have to find your own solution for water. Now, with our current overlanding vehicle, we haven't built in 70-liter water tank, so obviously makes our life much easier compared to our previous setup where we were carrying separate water tanks, water containers. However, the fact that it's got a built-in water tank, it doesn't mean that we don't need a portable one, as I will show it to you in this review. Because so basically the built-in water tank's got its own limits. It has to be filled in with a long hose from a water source that's usually close to some developed infrastructure. So you need a proper tap, you need a proper faucet, you need maybe a garden hose to fill it up. And this is when portable water tanks, water containers come into play, because you can just use a very clean creek and then use your water filters, you use water sanitizers, whatever you have to make it drinkable, potable. But the point is, a portable water canister can be filled up at a lake, at a creek, at a river, and you don't need potable water for just cleaning and washing and showering. The product that I want to talk about today is the JerryFlex, the 2.5 gallon and the 5 gallon JerryFlex behind me, made by EzPack. They are based in California, and they are producing some really great solutions for overlanders and campers, and for RV owners as well, because I will go into the details, but basically it's a flexible water tank with a replaceable insert, which is made of food grade plastic material, and it's totally replaceable. It's very inexpensive and you can just replace it after each use if you want. However, please do recycle. If you choose to actually replace every single time, then please recycle. We actually using the one we have for an entire trip, and probably for several trips coming, because we're just going to clean it, we're just going to wash it. However, as I said, you can just replace the insert easily, very easy, and you have a clean water tank, clean water container every single time, every single trip. You don't need the hassle of cleaning, you don't need to worry about cleaning it and getting rid of the mold or anything else. Now let's get into it. So as you can see, we got two of them. So we got the 2.5 gallon and we got the 5 gallon one here, and let's go through the great attributes of it. So actually, let's go through how does it look like, what's made of, and all that sort of stuff. So it's got an outer shell, a very robust vinyl kind of material, with lots of straps, and I will go into the details why you need those. And it's got, the very important part is the faucet, which is a very robust plastic material, and I cannot emphasize why this is important. I cannot emphasize enough why is this important. On our long overland trips, we went through quite a few water containers, and they always broke first at the faucet, unless you drop them. The fact that this is not a rigid container, you can actually drop it and nothing's gonna happen. It's still intact, it's still fine. If I dropped a rigid one, and I did in the past, they just break immediately. Obviously all the weight and all the rigidness of the material, you can't win. It's just gonna break. Not with this one, because it's totally flexible, as you can see, both the insert and obviously the outer shell as well. So that's a vinyl material, and it's very robust. On the side and on the top you have the carrying straps, and you got the shoulder straps as well. So the reason why you got these is sometimes you have to walk to a water source to fill it up, and then maybe you can use this to fill up your vehicle's built-in water tank. But sometimes it's very heavy to carry, especially the large one here. It's very heavy to just carry it with your hands. So what you can do with these is actually set it up for your own size and then put it on your back and basically just walk back from the water source. And admittedly it's not very wide, so maybe it's not that comfortable for everyone. With the small one it's totally fine. I don't think there is a wider one needed for this one. Maybe for the bigger one, maybe it's not that comfortable. However, it's not made for long hikes or stuff like that. It's just designed for you to go to the water source, fill it up and then walk back to your vehicle. Not for hiking miles and miles long. So I think it's totally fine. The straps are totally fine. And with the small one, with the carry straps, with the hand straps, you can just carry it like this as well. It's not a problem at all. It's totally fine. And it's very easy to handle, very easy to you know, place it in your vehicle, take it out, put it in. It's not a problem at all. Admittedly, the other one, perhaps I'm quite weak, I don't know, but it's a lot heavier. I will take it down in a second, but I just wanted to show you that the straps can be used to set up as a shower as well. So what we do is we use the small one for our drinking water, and we use the big one for the outdoor showers, because on a hot day like this, there's nothing better than an outdoor shower. And the sun can even warm up your water inside, or you can hide it in the shade and then it's not going to be warmed up. But the point is, once it's hung up like this, using its own straps. So I want to emphasize here, I'm not using any extra straps. It's using this setup now. It's using the EzPack's Jerry Can's own straps. So these are not my extra straps. This belongs to the actual product. So once it's set up, it's just very easy. You have shower immediately, and it's a blessing on a hot day like this to be able to shower outside. It's very nice. So as I mentioned, one of the most sensitive parts of a water container, a portable one, is the actual faucet. So with this one, you can easily unscrew it from the insert, and once it's off, I'll be able to show how robust the whole thing is. So you can tell it's a very robust design. It's a very rugged. You can just feel it, that it's unbreakable, it seems to me. This is going to be a long-term test, so I will update if anything happens on our website. I will update our review article. You can see the link below in the description. Just check it out if there is any updates. However, I don't expect this to break anytime soon, just from the feel of it, and we have quite a lot of experience. Now you can use this, so this the end of it, so now it's like basically just a normal faucet, because it's got this end that you know, like an L-shaped end. However, with this one you can attach a garden hose, just screw it in, and then fill up the JerryFlex very easily. You don't need that, however, so I'm gonna screw this back on. You don't need this kind of hose refill necessarily, because this large opening on the insert that goes through the outer shell is large enough for you to actually pour water in it from an actual water source directly. So you can just easily fill it up. Just imagine, you see this is the water I have now. You can just easily pour water in it. You can just imagine I can put this under like a waterfall if I wanted to. It's gonna be filled up. Let me further demonstrate what I was talking about in this video earlier. I've just been down to a natural water source, filled up our JerryFlex, the 5-gallon one, and I'm going to use it to fill up the actual built-in water tank of our vehicle. So this is the cap of our built-in water tank. For this purpose, we have a funnel that we use. Obviously, it's only for water, and the water source that I was using to fill up the JerryFlex is a natural, very clean water. And sometimes we fill up from those kind of water sources. We don't always have access to, you know, tap water just from a village or a town or a campsite. We do use, we don't always drink it. We rarely drink that kind of water. But we have water filters, water sanitizers. But when we fill in the water tank of the vehicle, we use it for cleaning, washing dishes, for boiling water, so for coffee. We use it. Otherwise, we don't just drink it straight out of our water tank. But that's just our approach. So let me show you how we do. So obviously, it's not the quickest way, but we have, at least we have the option to do this with the JerryFlex. When you cannot take your vehicle down to the water source, and obviously if it's a lake, a creek, or whatever you're using, you're not going to be able to fill in your built-in water tank. You need some kind of water containers, and this is where the JerryFlex is very useful. So I've got the JerryFlex set up right here. Is the 5-gallon one, and I'm going to use the funnel to fill in the water tank right there. So just opening the tap, it's very easy with just one finger with my thumb, and when I opened it, I just apply pressure for maybe a quicker operation. And as you can see, I have now the option to fill up our built-in water tank completely if I wanted to, whereas with the vehicle I cannot get to this water source I was talking about. And right now I'm applying pressure, and it's just making it a lot quicker. So now that this is done, I'm going to show you that when it's empty, how easy it is to store it. So I'm just gonna. So now when your JerryFlex is empty, it's very easy to store it. Reason being is that I mentioned is that it's flexible. So obviously, if you have a rigid water tank, even if it's empty, it takes up the same amount of space in your car. So I'm just going to unscrew the faucet from the insert that's inside, and the inserts always come with it. So you can just, as I mentioned earlier, you can put this in the side pocket or store it elsewhere if you want to. I'm gonna, to keep it clean inside, I'm going to screw back the cap that comes with it. And when you do that, first, so I didn't screw it back on completely, I'm gonna push out the air. And I'm going to just roll it up. And once it's all rolled up, I'm screwing the cap back on, and this is it. This is a 5-gallon water container, and compared to a rigid structure, it's very easy to store, takes up very little amount of space. Now that we are here and then it's empty, let me show you the insert as well. So there is this zip on the side. Unzip it, push the opening through the outer shell, take out the insert. Very easy. There you go. So this is the shell only, and these are the replaceable inserts that you can buy at EzPack, EzPack, and it's very inexpensive. You can actually do and go and replace this every single time, after every single use, and you have clean water container. This is a food grade material. What we're gonna do, as I explained earlier, we're going to clean it every single time, or at least after every few weeks or so, a few days maybe, and we're going to use it that way. It's just better for the environment, in our opinion. So again, you might want to replace it if you can't be bothered to clean it, which is totally fine, or you do it our way, which is cleaning it all the time, and maybe it's better for the environment a little bit. So let me put this back, and I will talk about the big one, the larger size, a little bit as well. So it's actually, so this goes through this outer shell like so, and the zip goes back like that. The faucet goes on the top, and just hope you'll be able to see it. So once it's on, I'm gonna tighten it using the bottom of it to make sure it's right, and I'm gonna turn this the right way as well. And then once it's on, you'll see how easy it is to set it up anywhere, and you have a proper tap, water on tap immediately. So now, by the magic of editing, I have a water bottle in my hand, and you will see how easy it is to fill up a bottle. So there are, other than dropping it, there are a few advantages why a non-rigid structure is better than the rigid structure. So like obviously those rigid water containers, you can actually apply pressure to it, which means you can, even if you have very little water in it, it's not just the gravity that gives you water at the end, but you can actually push it and then apply pressure, and then you will have pressurized water if you want to. That's very good with showers. Maybe your partner can help you, and you know, also even if it's flat, even if it's you don't need to lift it, you don't need to tilt it, you can apply pressure and the water will come out. That's another advantage of the flexible structure. Now let's talk about the larger one, the 5-gallon one. So as I mentioned earlier, I set this up for our outdoor shower, and it's very easy to have a nice shower outside. I don't want to waste water now. We are here on quite a hot beach close to the coast in Croatia, so we need the precious water. So I'm going to release using these very sturdy buckles, and just going to take it off. And as I mentioned, it's a lot heavier than the small one, obviously because of the water. So it's got a lot more water in it. Now, it's exactly the same as the small one, apart from obviously the size. So that's the 2.5-gallon one. That's the 5-gallon one. And we're using the small one for drinking water, and we're using the other one for cleaning, for cooking, for showering, and everything else. So it's got exactly, both faucets are compatible with each other, and obviously the inserts are working exactly the same way as in the smaller one, as I explained. You also have the side pockets for different things. So I imagine you could put like a small hose in it, or when you unscrew the faucet from the actual insert, and you have a cap that closes the insert as well. So if you don't have the faucet on it because of maybe you put it in your vehicle where the faucet doesn't fit, then you can put it in the side pocket. So far, our experience with the JerryFlex from EzPack is very, very positive. So I can highly, highly recommend it. And this comes from experience. Experience from previous trips where we used rigid containers, other containers from other manufacturers. They all broke by the time we got to the level and amount of use that we got out of these already. So these don't even show any wear or tear. Okay, so I can highly, highly recommend it. I will include their web shop's URL down below, and You can also use a discount code that is also included down below. Please check it out. You will have some discount. Admittedly, I will also get a commission. However, I wouldn't recommend it if I wasn't happy with the product itself. So they have another product as well, which is much larger. It's called the EzPack bladder, and it's a lot larger. We're going to review it at a later stage. You can check that one out on their website as well. Maybe check back later on our channel. Maybe there is a review video about that as well. However, for now, check this one out. The JerryFlex 2.5 gallon and the 5 gallon. They're coming in 3 different colors, and in my opinion, if you're looking for a portable water solution for overlanding or camping, this is the one to go for. I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.